Oh, what happened? Did she come back?
No, she didn't come back. The phone number she gave me was no good. So I tried to find her, but the doorman at her grandmother's apartment building acted like he had never seen me before. So after a while, I gave up. But I never forgot that weekend.
And that's it?
No. No, one night I woke up and I started writing a story about that weekend, about Jessie. It was the first short story I wrote that got published.
Which one? What's it called?
Jessie. I wouldn't see her again for 3 years.
You know her?
Excuse me.
See you over by the food.
Hello, Jessie.
I beg your pardon?
Jessie?
I'm afraid you have the wrong person.
No, come on.
Who's this?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mistook you for someone else. She acted like she'd never seen me before.
It's bizarre.
I know the guy she was with. I think they're married.
What's his name?
Craig Seabury. I went to prep school with him. I didn't know him. He was the big throb.
That woman's Jessie. That's Jessie. That's the one I wrote the story about. I haven't seen her since that weekend.
Let's hope it's not a reflection on what you wrote.
I don't think she even knows about it. It was published in the Illinois Review.
Brooke. He married a girl named Brooke. That's her. It's a good thing he changed her name.
What do you mean?
Jessie, you made that up, didn't you?
In the fall of '85, I was back working at the Globe. Rebecca and I had only been married a few months.
Honey, look, why don't we just go out to eat tonight? Huh? We'll go someplace cheap. Cheap. No, there's a great Indian restaurant down here. It's really cheap. It is so cheap that you'll think you're in Calcutta.
Listen, I gotta call you back, okay? All right. Call me back in a few minutes. Bye.
It's a strange thing to see yourself as a character in someone else's story.
The title character. Yeah.
My name's not really Jessie.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. To me, that's who you are.
I liked it a lot. It's very honest.
Why didn't you come back? Why did you snub me at that party? What are you doing here?
I just came to see if you'd have lunch with me.
I'm married. Her name's Rebecca.
You happy?
Yes, yeah.
Good. You deserve to be. I was just in town cleaning up my grandmother's apartment. She passed away this summer.
Sorry.
Just lunch, Ben. Please. I have some things I need to straighten out with you.
Okay.
I couldn't talk to you at that party. I was with my husband.
Did you have to pretend you didn't know me?
That 4th of July weekend, the weekend we spent, that was the weekend before I got married. I'm not sure I can explain it. I tried not to make any promises. She made that very difficult.
I fell in love with you.
I began to fall in love with you.
Yeah, but not enough.
I've known the man I married since I was 6 years old. Our families have known each other even longer. We were a couple in prep school. Then it was preordained. I mean, this wedding had been planned since I was 15 years old. And I just wasn't strong enough to change it.
That doesn't sound like you.
It doesn't sound like Jessie. It sounds a lot like Brooke Davis. She comes from an old family with old ways. That weekend, Ben, I was fighting to keep my spirit alive.
So was I.
And we found each other. Twice.
After a while, I began to look at that time that we spent together as one of those great things that can happen to someone. Like a gift out of the blue. It changed the way I looked at things, at myself, my chances.
I'm glad. I just did not want you to feel. I wanted you to know.
So, how long have you been divorced?
About 2 years. How long have you been married?
A couple of months. Well, since April.
Timing.
Yeah, ours was never the greatest.
I've thought about you a lot. A lot. I've always wondered
What did you wonder?
what it would have been like if I'd come back. Or if I'd stayed.
God. I don't know. It's impossible to say, isn't it?
Maybe we could have had a great life. Maybe we still can. I made Jessie up. We made her up. That weekend. And even though I went home and did what I was supposed to do, I took her with me. And she gave me the strength when I needed it. The strength to endure a lot. And the strength to finally stand up for myself. I don't know what's gonna happen, Ben. I want Jessie to stay alive. And sometimes it feels like she's dying.
She's alive.
But you're the only one who knows her. You're the only one who can still see her in me.
You know, I still dream about you. I've carried you with me, Jessie. But Rebecca's my wife. I love her very much. And that's all I know. For now, I mean, that's all I can say.
Don't forget me.
Never.
Ms. Valentine, I've got to get home, and we have to do this interview before I go.
We're coming right in.
Please, please.
Wait.
Mr. Miller, we can't.
This I know you'll remember. You have to, Jessie. It was after the collapse. Rebecca had passed away. It was the beginning of a new century. We were finally together. We got a house by the ocean in Carmel.
That never happened. Ben, you know that never happened.
No, that never happened. But it's what I dreamed of. To find you. To finally be with you.
You dreamed it too.
And now you're here. And now it's come true.
After everything.
After everything.
Oh.
Go on. Go on. You'll do just fine.
This is Ted Koppel. Later tonight on Nightline, some human tragedies take our collective breath away. Others barely raise an eyebrow. What does it take to get America's attention?
Stay tuned for Gabriel's Fire next.